Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and here's our boy DEMIGRA. So, DEMIGRA just got a Dokkan Awakening. Unlike Mira and Toa, DEMIGRA was never removed from the banner pool. I mean, now that they've returned Mira and Toa with Dokkan Awakening and stuff like that, doesn't really make a lot of sense why they ever removed them from the banner pool in the first place. I don't know, maybe they originally intended for them never to return, or what. I honestly, I've got no idea. I don't know. It doesn't really make that much sense, but whatever. They're back. They got their Dokkan Awakenings. So does DEMIGRA. Honestly, I don't know. DEMIGRA seems okay, but he just seems okay to me. Like, I feel like they could have maybe made him a bit better. I mean, it is nice. He does have sort of his transformation into this sort of like giant form. I believe that was the final boss of Xenoverse 1. I mean, it is cool to get a new giant category character to buff up that roster because it's so small, but I don't know. I just feel like they probably didn't do enough with this guy to make him super relevant. Like, I think both Mira and Toa are far better than this guy, but I don't know. We'll see. So let me go ahead and level him up, level his links up a little bit, and we'll go ahead and test out this DEMIGRA unit. Alright guys, so we're here in an event. So the thing about our boy DEMIGRA, right, is that just like Mira, just like Toa, DEMIGRA does want to be used basically on a full villain team. That's like an important aspect of this DEMIGRA unit, right? He gets 120% attack and defense at the start of turn, then he gets an additional 60% attack and defense if there's only extreme class allies attacking in the same turn. I believe DEMIGRA, I think the extra defense is not active. I think it's actually going to kick in when he actually attacks, right? Because he has about 10k defense. He has 120% defense at the start of turn. I don't know, maybe it is already active. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. So DEMIGRA, right, gets 120% attack and defense, then another 60% if there's only extreme class allies attacking in the same turn. But like, that's pretty much all he does. Like, this, I like fairly disappointed in this DEMIGRA unit, man. All right, so we have what? Godly Power active, as well as Fierce Battle and Fear and Faith. All right, so he is going to work at least moderately well here with AGL Zamasu, so that's good. Then, of course, we also have AGL Roseanne rotation. He, of course, is giving an extra little bit of an attack buff to DEMIGRA as well. So let's see how much damage DEMIGRA will do right here. He's got a medium chance of stunning on his super attack. Then he has a high chance of stunning the attack enemy for one turn on his passive. 1.77. I mean, that's not the worst. Okay, considering... I guess if we just think about what this DEMIGRA card used to be, right? This card that came out basically during the first year anniversary, and how he was like almost completely worthless, and now he actually can do some things, right? If we look at it like in that light, like, yeah, you know, DEMIGRA is not the worst character ever created here, but I really feel like all three of them, the Toa, Mira, and DEMIGRA, all could be a little bit better. I think for Toa, all they needed to do with her was maybe give her a little bit of an attack and defensive buff if there's not only extreme class allies. Like, I see what they were going for, but the problem is that Toa, like, the only team you could pretty much rock her on that's going to be full villain is Time Travelers. Like, Toa's on all these categories where Toa would be really good. Like, if Toa was just 3... Oh, that's a good attack stat by Zamasu there, damn. But if Toa was just, like, 3-key, 35% attack and defense to all allies, she would be godly good on Sibling Bond and Battle of Wits. Like, she would be so damn good on those teams, right? But like, she has like these like very odd restrictions where we need to have extreme class units, you know, on the team to build up her support type passive, as well as on rotation for her to actually have more attack and defense. So it's just it's a little sort of bizarre, I would say, why they did that. Like, I get it. Like, for Mira and DEMIGRA, I guess I get. And it's like Realm of Gods, it's not really that difficult to build like a solid extreme class like Realm of Gods sort of version, which is what we're doing right here, right? Would I die if we left? Wow, we're up to 136k defense. That's better. That's definitely a lot better. So that's everything active except for the Xenoverse link. So we have almost everything active right here. I I feel like we might die if I leave Demigra in slot 1. His defense is very, very low. Let's just go for it, because maybe we could see Demigra's giant transformation. If we die, we die. We'll just move on to the next team, and we've already seen an attack stat by Demigra. Let me see how much damage he'll take. Okay, I mean, as long as Gogeta doesn't super attack, we should be good. I'm really hoping that this Demigra gets an awakening right here with the upcoming Heroes collab, because, I mean, he's a pretty solid unit the way he gives ki and stuff like that, right? All right, so we're taking a lot of damage here. So Demigra does have this giant transformation. What is it? Looks like a 50% chance when HP 60% or below. 2 million attack stat right here for Demigra, so that's definitely a lot better. I guess... I don't know why Demigra needed... well, he doesn't have a turn restriction. All he has is an HP restriction, and then it's just an RNG chance for you to get that like, transformation. So I guess it's not really too bad. Here, I'm going to use a King Yama. Oh, this is bad. I don't want to finish Gogeta off, but we might finish Gogeta off right here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Because I would like to not finish Gogeta off and then we could just get the giant transformation, but I mean, it's just a giant transformation. There's nothing really special or interesting about it at all, really. Like, it's not like we even really need to see it. The only thing of any relevance, I guess, to really talk about is the fact that Demigra does give himself 1 ki in his giant form. He does stun as well. For 2... Oh! Okay, that's interesting. So Demigra does stun in his giant form. It's a 2-turn stun. So you could actually probably potentially get the stun in that giant form, and it actually would last. That would be good. Okay, good. We didn't finish Gogeta off right here. Perfect. And we have a King Yama, so we're not going to die, even though, you know, Tech Merge Zamasu is not the tankiest. I did bring him on the team, obviously, because he would have given the defensive buff to Demigra as well. We didn't get the transformation. Oh, what a bummer. Okay, all right. Well, that kind of sucks. Let's see what Demigra will do right here. Defense at 120k. Okay, so, I mean, he's okay. You know, he does have big bad bosses, I guess, which is cool, right? Like, obviously that's good. The Goku Black is a little bit of a support type unit right here, because he gives, what, a buff to Future, and then, is it Time Traveler? Actually, I probably should double check that Goku Black, but I believe he gives a support type buff to Future, as well as Time Traveler, so he's going to be useful for some of these teams. Yeah, Future and Time Traveler. Okay. I mean, that was okay. We'll look at Demigra on a few other teams, but, you know, it's... I mean, we've basically seen what we need to see from him, right? Alright, so now we're over on the Revived Warrior team. One thing I want to do with this is I would like to see what Demigra's attack and offensive stats are going to look like if we have a superclass ally on the team, right? I feel like that's kind of a big thing that I do want to sort of check right here. So I'm going to go ahead and float off this Goku right here. We'll be able to get, wow, 5 million, pretty good. That's pretty good considering Kid Buu and Vegeta don't share that many links, right? This Vegeta is fun. I do like this Vegeta. I do look forward to a lot more partner super attacks. I mean, we'll get them eventually, right? It's going to take it a little bit of time for those to release, especially if we look at the exchange mechanic, which Dokkan has barely used since they introduced it, right? All right, so how's our boy Demigra looking right here? 110k defense, not really too bad. That's only with Fierce Battle. Yeah, okay, so I believe he does get... I think he gets the defense on... Oh, I'll be able to tell for sure next turn. Here, I'm not going to super attack with the 2 Angel Freezes, because I don't want to blow through this event too quickly to see. 1.29, yeah, see, it's just like... You compare what Demigra does to maybe some of the... I mean, at least we got to see the stun. I mean, that's... honestly, I would say probably the best bet with Demigra would be, like, extreme Super Battle Road stages, right? So, like, you know, he could probably be pretty solid maybe in, like, the Realm of Gods extreme category Super Battle Road stage. You know, extreme int, he probably would be solid in. Like, those are definitely the places where I think you're going to be able to get the biggest effect out of this Demigra card, right? Because he's got the medium chance to stun. Is it 30? Did they give him 30? They did. Okay, that's good. So he has a 30% chance to stun for 2 turns on a super attack. Then he's got the 40% chance to stun for that 1 turn on his passive, right? And then, of course, he also has his 50% chance to turn into Giant when HP 60% or less. I guess I probably will get at least like 1 turn of him doing the Giant transformation later on. Okay, so now we're going to be able to see Demigra and what his like attack stats and stuff are going to look like if we don't have a full extreme rotation right here. Okay, so it looks like Demigra, I think he does get that defense, the attack and defense from a full extreme class like rotation right away. So I don't know, like 130k defense. I mean, I guess that is pretty good in this day and age, right? Can't really hate on it too much. I mean, I can't compare everything to like in UI Goku at the end, but I mean, for extreme Super Battle Road, he would be taking a ton of damage, right? All right, so I'll probably just give Demigra this attack set right here. Then I think we'll just go ahead and move on to the next team. We'll probably head over to the Time Traveler team, right? Because obviously, I mean, that is where Demigra, I mean, at least is going to function very well. Full Extreme Realm Gods team, he's going to work on pretty good as well. Okay, so Demigra did still hit a 1 million attack stat with only Fierce Battle active and no support right there. So that was like, that's pretty much his basement floor right there, what we just saw from Demigra. And I mean, he is still taking double digits from his Gotenks. But again, it's just, you compare these 3 Xenoverse units to other recent like Awakenings and Banner units and stuff like that, and they just aren't really on that same level as like, again, like more recent units we have seen. I kind of want to get this Super Saiyan 3 Goku attack in right here, and then again we're going to go to the Time Traveler team. We'll probably try and see Demigra's giant transformation as well, at least just to get the super attack animation in the video, right? Our boy Demigra. So there we go, Goku. Alright, so we got this rotation right here. Might as well see what we're able to get. Kid Buu is giving, yep, Kid Buu is definitely giving his full 50% right here. Yeah, 162 for Demigra. That's a bit better. I mean, that's with Big Bad Boss is active. So I guess, like, that's the thing. Demigra as a Big Bad Boss's unit is going to look a lot more impressive when that Big Bad Boss is a level 10. No doubt about it. But, like, I mean, that is kind of tough for free-to-play players, right? It's like, yeah, you have this unit that has Big Bad Bosses. You just get that to level 10, and, like, they just, like, ascend, right? When you have no HP restriction on 25% attack and defense, that's huge. But, I mean, it definitely is tough to get, like, units to full level 10 links, right? That's not something that's easy whatsoever. Not at all. Alright, so now we are on the Time Traveler team, where there can definitely be some issues, right? Like, we could see we are not going to be able to get a super attack right here without using some sort of key-up item, which is a bit of a shame. Now, Demigra, again, should link up pretty well with a lot of these different Dragon Ball Heroes units, as well as, like, Xenoverse units and stuff like that, that we are going to be able to rock on this team with this Time Traveler team. The Time Traveler team, it's just going to be very interesting to see how this is going to play out, right? Like, once, you know, because we know that there's, like, a Demon God Dabura coming, a Demon God Toa coming. Like, how many more of these sort of, like, characters are we going to get, right? Like, are we going to get a lot more versions of, like, Toa and Fu and all these characters? I would assume so. So, Time Travelers, Dragon Ball Heroes, all these types of teams can really sort of, like, mold up a little bit. Now, hopefully, too, I mean, I guess it's probably at this point a long shot, but, you know, hopefully, like, Mira, Toa, like, you know, Demigra, Math Saiyan, like, those types of characters could be added as well to the Dragon Ball Heroes category. But, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of get the feeling that's not going to happen, but it sure would be nice, right? If a lot of those characters who are, like, very clearly, like, almost, like, it's like, come on, like, oh, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's actually from Raging Blast. It's like, man, just put him in the Heroes category, please. So we can actually get, like, some extra use out of some of these characters. Like, that would be nice, but I guess that's too much to ask for. All right, now, Toa is of course, going to work very well with Demigra right here, because we're going to be able to activate, the Xenoverse link, which is really good. I mean, Xenoverse at level 10 is 20% attack and 10% defense. I mean, obviously, that's a really good number right there, right? Plus, remember, Toa, we are on a full villain team, so Toa is giving 35% to attack and defense, and she's giving the key right there. Now, next turn, we'll have Golden Cooler on rotation. You know, Golden Cooler has got, like, Brainiacs and stuff like that, so he'll work decently well with Demigra. I really do like the design of Golden Cooler. You know, with him having a little bit of extra sort of, like, key support and, like, the little bit of attack and defense he does is just something that's going to be very helpful when it comes to rounding out some of these wonkier, like, Dragon Ball Hero Time Traveler type teams, right? But, like, that's why, like, again, I've said many times, I think sort of a good way to sort of like do like a little bit of power creep is like, you know, units like exactly the way Demigra is right now, but then also at the end he could have given like 1 key and 15% attack and defense to all allies or something like that, right? Like just a little bit of extra bit would have helped out quite a bit. All right, so Demigra's up to 156k. Neither Toa or Golden Cooler are Big Bad Boss's units. So we have everything active except for Godly Power, Big Bad Bosses, and then Revival. Revival is obviously, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, they didn't really buff Revival the way they should have. You know, you have to be under 50% HP in order to get it, which is kind of dumb. Okay, so I'm going to let this turn play out. Then we'll get one turn of Demigra in his sort of giant transformation, and then I guess we'll go ahead and finish up. Demigra at 1.97 right there. Okay, so we have seen a pretty much consistent level of damage that Demigra is able to output, right? All right, finally, this... Oh, man. I mean, I guess having just an HP restriction instead of having a turn restriction is good. But, I mean, obviously we can tell that I'm now on STRUI Goku, so it was not that easy to get this to happen. So let's just get Demigra's super attack, and then we'll go ahead and finish up with his giant form right here. I mean, it is good to get another buff to the giant category team. I mean, you know, the super attack animation is pretty cool. I actually thought this character really could have been a good candidate for a Dokkan Fest exclusive, honestly. I mean, this is the final boss of Xenoverse 1, and then obviously the Mira transforms into the final boss of Xenoverse 2, so I don't know. There was Demigra's giant form, which again took quite a while. You know, I was getting, you know, the 50% coin flip. I lost that quite a few times in a row there. Alright, so this is Power to Distort History Demigra. His leader skill is all types key 3 and 70% to stats. So, I mean, that's actually not the worst leader skill ever for one of these unit awakenings, right? His super attack is the Energy Jet, which does supreme damage and has a medium chance of stunning the enemy. His passive skill, Historical Turmoil, gives him 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets an additional 60% attack and defense if there's only extreme class allies attacking in the same turn. Then he has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy, so that's one of those one turn 40% chance to stuns like Tech Hit has got, right? And then he also has a high chance, which is a 50% chance, of turning into giant form when HP is 60% or less. No turn restriction is good. So that makes it more valuable for something like Super Battle Road, right? Where you could finish a stage, go into the next stage, and maybe, you know, Demigra would instantly transform, which could be good. His links are Godly Power, Big Bad Bosses, Brainiacs, Revival, Fear and Faith, Xenoverse, and Fierce Battle. His 12 key multiplier is 145%, a bit higher than we normally see for these types of units. So that, of course, is pretty good. And then, of course, our boy Demigra is on a few different teams, some teams that do need the help, right? So for starters, he's here on the Revived Warrior team, which is nice, right? You know, more units on this team, the better, obviously. He's also over here on Realm of Gods as well. Realm of Gods, of course, you know, constantly getting insane buffs over there. Then he's also over here on the Time Traveler team. Now, that's probably the biggest team where I think you're probably going to get a lot of value out of this Demigra, but, you know, I guess we'll see as things go on. Then he's also over here on the Giant category team. Good to get as many additions to this team as possible. We've actually gotten 3 within the last month in this Great Ape Bardock, the Great Ape GT Vegeta, and Demigra. I love that. And then the last one, I mean, Bergamo basically came out in December of last year for Global, right? And then finally, Demigra is here on the Final Trump Card team. If we could get a Final Trump Card villain leader, that would be good, because we're starting to get a pretty good villain base over on this Final Trump Card team, so that would be really, really cool to see. So let me know what you guys think of Demigra. I don't think he's really that impressive. He seems kind of mid, honestly, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.